I'm very happy to give a presentation on my recent study. As a senior undergraduate student in Tianjin University, I'm really grateful for this platform that DADA built, and I'm thrilled to have my chance here to share the project with you. My topic today is the application of finite function parameters in GAAD, creating minimal surface form by Planar input. So I would first like to talk a little bit about how computer or parametric design has changed our way of working from my perspective. So this is our traditional way. We try really hard to solve the entire problem we face on our own, from the idea to construction. And in early 1990s, some architect wants to let the computer help to improve our situation, not only to save ourselves from repetitive work, but also let the computer solve all the complicated problems for us. Some even seem to replace ourselves as an architect and to be more like a programmer. However, without grasshopper processing of Arduino, it takes so much time and energy for the architect to learn other unfriendly programming software. Only a few small scalable projects in ETH will still based on this thinking. So nowadays, we have all the fancy tools which are easy for designers to use. And we can solve problems that we can't solve before. But most of the time, we still end up like this. For most of the real projects, we use parametric software as high-end crafting tool. It still cannot help us get away from thousands of anxieties and those repetitive work that we faced before, like redoing the modeling, redoing the programming every time. So, is there any chance we can build an interface or programming logic that is more instinct for designers and put our mind and imagination more on design rather than laboring work and quickly react to what we are thinking? So I didn't intend to do such a research on so profound issue. Not to mention to write an article with such a long title. And I was just trying to save myself from redoing my model again and again because my tutor changed the agreement all the time. And when I finished the program, I actually didn't tell him because it made myself seem like a really hard-working student reviewing the model manually again and again. So, for the concept, he was a joint studio with UCLA, and we are designing an automotive museum and also a public parking building. Our concept is to merge them together, and the visitors can get access to the museum from the parking space easily, and has the potential to also put all the cars in the public parking on display as part of the exhibition in museum. So we choose minimal surface. So if we place the museum on the second and first floor, and parking space on the first and third floor, those two kind of space will be connected well, separated spatially. And if we make second floor and fourth floor indoor space, and the first floor and third floor will be automatically outdoor. So it got the potential inside those two space here. It got the potential to see the cars in the parking lot while getting upstairs from second floor to first floor, and without disturbing the functioning of the parking lot. So how we generate the architecture whole with this thinking? To make it easy to refine later, I built a program which needs a certain kind of sketch plan drawing and generate the whole architecture. The first step is to translate my drawings to plan arrangement. The second one is to loft it and cut the edge. And then the other operation is similar to the previous method on the form, and we just apply it to a larger scale. So the generator actually reads the grade level of the drawings, and in this drawing, white means more open spaces with mixed use, and tube is more like and dark is more like space. It means more separate functional space, and in the tube, from a tea house to a lecture hall. So we draw the function first and then what the meeting flow line afterward. So to translate my drawing, I use a rapid sentence to calculate the average grade level of certain points, and I also add this randomness in it. And then I interpret the grade level to the radius of one of the control line to one of the tubes. And then I calculate the different set to make sure the tube is only connected one to first floor to third floor and second floor to fourth floor. And then we do the operation 1 to shape the form to the concept. And we do the same process to the which is logically same to the previous shape of strategy to create an outdoor gathering space. So we finally translate the sketch plan to the architectural whole. And this is the design result. And this is the display on 2015 Deng Design Week. And finally, I want to say this kind of logic is still in a really primitive stage. And it works well on my scheme because the form logic is easy to manipulate. But I think it's still got a lot of potential. This is a pig drawing that I shot in Uluru, which Aboriginal people used to tell stories to their children. I think drawing is really one of our instincts which define humankind's creativeness. Even cavemen can do fantastic drawings. So my friend asked me if the program can apply to all the designs. How can our self-architect make a living? So I just said no worries. I think the essence of the design is one's thinking and imagination. If we really embrace the technology, one day it might come free ourselves to do our mistake only. And then mankind will be more inventive than ever and become in the new world of pure creativeness. Isn't it cool? Thank you.
Any questions?我想请问这个作者一个问题啊，就是这个非常有趣的一个数字设计的一个流程，从草到未来一个这样的模型是这样的。在这个过程里面，我们理解的通常的草图呢，它都是一个2维和3维混合，但是又表达在2维界面上的一种想法。这种想法的草图呢和设计过程呢是一个交互更替、不断互相推动的过程，这是我理解的传统的草图。就是在你的这种研究里面呢，这个草图和传统的是否有区别？另外呢，我看到这个工作流程一旦建立起来以后，从论文里面还是一个2维到3维模型的一个过程，对吧？那么这种过程两者之间是否有在3维模型建立以后是否有进一步的交互，有相互的影响？因为我们知道这个3维模型的一个进行计算机的信息的再录入是比较困难的，识别和录入是比较困难的，就是这个问题。
刚才第一个问题是其实我觉得就是这种通过这种草图形式上，就是这个设计能被更改的非常简单，能快速的对这个整个设计进行调整，而且它携带很多就是说后期包括一些前端想法上的调整，比如说平面的功能，然后呢，而且我觉得就是说如果说它如果更接近往就传统草图更接近一点的话，可能就是说没有它本身那种随意性带来，就它是像水墨画一样，它本身带有一种generative art， 它自身一种人参与的随意性在里头，然后所以我觉得这可能是就是说传统平面草图所没有的，但是它同时具有就是平面草图就是基于修改进行那个进一步推敲的这种能力，而且它比一般的要快很多。我觉得这是不同的。
第二个就是这个3维和2维的交互，就这个草图和3 设计过程中交互是一次性的，还是一个多次重复、互相互动的一个过程？
就是说，到这个设计结果肯定是经历了很多次，然后它是一个平面，因为它整个逻辑目前展示的是一个比较简单的一个生成过程，它其实还可以有更多的后续，比如说用同样的原理去控制它的，比如说意面上的信息，然后让它更三维化，然后就是为了让它更简单一点，而且这毕竟是最直观的 interpret， 从这个平面到平面，然后这是暂时我展示的这些，因为后续还有更多的。
谢谢，非常谢谢我们的。